My name is Jasmine Smith. Who I am at my core is I am a connector. I love bringing people together from different avenues of life and figuring out what we can do together, how we can harness our strengths to make this world a better place. I've done that through my job. I've done that through various organizations that I volunteer with, such as Jack and Jill of America, and it's really where my heart and my passion lies. Earlier this year, I went for a mammogram. I've had an abnormal mammogram before, and so was not too worried, but then it came back abnormal, and we had to go through a biopsy and getting on this huge table and laying down and having them primp and prod and do all these things to get the right imaging, and it was a scary few days to wait to find out what the mammogram, well actually what the biopsy showed. And everything was good, just really dense breast tissue, which happens to a lot of African American women, but it was such a scary time. It was a scary procedure. Not knowing what the outcome was going to be was very scary for sure. Originally, I didn't want to go. I think I'd waited another year or two for my last mammogram, and it was like, oh, I'm good, I don't really need to go. And then something inside me said, you better go. And so I finally went, and having all the resources available to me and still hesitated to go, which is awful. So I would say the biggest lesson I learned is it's better to know. It's better to go get checked and to know if there's anything you need to be aware of and to take care of. God gives us this instinct, or whomever you might believe in. I believe in God, but gives you this sixth sense about yourself and or about your situation. And so it's so important to listen to that. Don't wait. If something is telling you to go get checked, go get checked. Even if something's not telling you to get checked, you really should. It's something we should do every year, women. And so I really would encourage everyone to go get those mammograms. To be completely honest, I did not tell my daughter. She was out of town, and so I didn't actually tell her about that particular instance, but we have talked about the importance of going to the doctor every year, both she and I, and so she definitely gets her checkups, and now is at a point where she goes and she sees the doctor by herself. The doctor doesn't let me in anymore. And so having that one-on-one personal relationship with your doctor is really important, and so she definitely understands and respects that relationship. Organizations like Jack and Jill of America, like the Divine Nine, like the Links Incorporated, are really essential in getting the word out to African American individuals, to African American leaders, African American children, because we are listened to, we are respected, and we are at the heart of these communities. And so it's really important that all of these groups reach out and do education, reach out and build relationships, and really work to educate the community at large about all these important issues, such as vaccinations, such as diabetes, such as heart disease, and they're doing this work. We are all doing this work. And I think it's really critical because we have a voice. People want to and do listen to what these organizations have to say. My husband collapsed on the floor in 2016, and because he was healthy, because we knew his history, his family history, because he had been going to the doctor regularly, they were able to save his life. There were critical decisions that needed to be made in the moment that were able to be made because we knew all of those things. And so I would encourage everyone, and even if you don't have the financial resources, there's Medicaid now. Medicaid is so rich and robust that and you can get checked out and it does not cost you anything. So I would just encourage you through that story to really to take to heart your health and your life. And if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of your family? So you got to take care of yourself first. There are so many resources out here. North Carolina, again, to talk about Medicaid, North Carolina now has a very robust Medicaid system. And so I think what breaks my heart is that people don't even know all of the rich resources that are available to them. You can get transportation to doctor's appointments. You can get help with housing, like financial help with housing. You can get food boxes. There's so many things that the system in North Carolina and across the country now have available. We no longer have to go hungry. We no longer have to sit without utilities and lights, and because there are so many resources available. So what breaks my heart is people suffering and not knowing that there is a way out. There are a lot of resources at our fingertips and at our disposal. Whether you're a mom or a dad or anyone, there are other people relying on you, and you cannot take care of them until you take care of you. And so that's my biggest kind of pitch, for lack of a better word. I really just want folks that are taking the time to be here today, or to watch, or to learn, to really prioritize yourself. Because if you don't prioritize yourself, who will?